Repeat that. All right. Hello and welcome to Kobold Press presentation of Throws and Bones, a setting created by Lou Anders, and this is episode a deuce. Dot is not here. Dot's on a cruise. That's why the title's wrong, and I can't change it. So I'm sure Chad will let me know 10 times during the show, but I can't do anything about it. I'm sorry. All right. Anyway, so moving on. Mackenzie, if you could please give us a recap of Adventure 3 of Thrones and Bones.
I can, but they're lying to you. They can change it. This episode is actually about happy painting pirates. So spoilers ahead.
I wish.
It's our beach episode.
But last time on Thrones and Bones, just catching Toki up real quick because he was completely out of it for at least the first half of the episode. But we had a very mournful journey across the waves as we brought Toki to an unknown friend of theirs named Dumira, who was very begrudgingly able to revivify him and bring him to life. And in so doing, we removed him from the joys of Valhalla, and he will never return. But we did get to finally make it as a group, and we spent some time together to run Dixon's longhouse. Spoilers, he looks very cute. But that is where we're at right now.
Okay. And Ranander looks between you all and says, "Oh, well, please sit. Go forth and we can then enjoy this feast together. I think we have quite a few things to talk about. But first, you might tell me about your travels, as you are bringing this Jarrow rune to me."
Thank you.
Don't mind if I do. I'll throw up the back of my dress, make a seat for myself very dramatically and gregariously. Well, you are incredibly lucky to have such a group of adventurers in your longhouse because we are experts now. We have been to death and back. We met in Bensa and we started a food fight, which Bjorn quickly ended because look at him. He is a specimen of a person. He quickly ended that, and he talked to one of his friends who was kind of losing it, and we ended up following a buttercat through the streets of Bens, which led us to the boroughs. And when we went inside there, oh my gosh, there was Droger, and there was a troll breaker, Scotty, and we killed him and his whole undead crew, and we uncovered a plot to steal the Jarl of Bensa's sword, his special sword, which of course we foiled immediately because we are very good like that. And also, I beat him in the greatest flighting match ever because that's what I bring to the table. So if you like flighting, like poetry and songs and such, I think I could help you out a lot there. But I digress. And then we went to go clear out Ringboard mine for the Jarl there. And when we went inside, we found a waiter, and the waiter was super helpful. And then also, when we were on our way out, there was a Lenorn that we already knew was there because the tiny cave trolls told us, but we were not ready for it to attack us in our sleep. And then we killed it, but not before it killed Toki when he was an hour. But we brought him here and we brought him back to life, and you're welcome.
Flighting. Perhaps
Yes.
when you return from what I think I would like for you to do, you all. I think all of that sounds impressive.
Of course it is.
But with this situation of, this opportunity of Drenger afforded to me in my current predicament, I think. Do you all think that...
Not often.
Right. More of a group of action, you would say then.
Yeah, I'd say so.
Yes.
I'm so sorry. Please continue. That was supposed to be a joke.
No, I left. This time. That was a joke.
Tulami's just slinking into his cloak, like, I'm not with them. I'm not.
Toki is viciously picking apart like a small bird or whatever, some sort of poultry, with his bare hands and just stuffing it into his mouth.
Sten notices. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Bjorn.
Bjorn is doing the exact same thing Toki is doing, but much like more ravenous. Just straight gulping it down, not picking it apart, just ripping it out and spitting out bones as he goes.
Sten notices Tulami sort of sinking into their cloak, and he's just like, "Come on, let him see that dragon and that worm scale." He sort of pats him on the back and sort of pulls the hood back. You put it on the necklace, especially.
Yes, Tulam here slew it, delivered the killing blow at 14.
Did you?
He's visibly,
The boy did kill
sweating.
Eleanor.
That's true. He's very brave.
Toki,
Take
you
the
were
necklace off.
dead. You didn't see that, but it is
Well,
true. It is true.
You told me it happened.
We did.
I thought Toki was very reverent and brave. I said it just now, in all fairness, to the handsome Jarl here.
I'll hand the necklace to the Jarl. Did you want to see this?
It's gonna reach over
It's
to hand it to
it's
you.
only a few of the scales. There were a lot more on the actual animal. I was only able to get 5.
How old are you?
14 and a half.
Gotta milk every part of your age.
And 3 days.
Interesting. So you're on the back half of the half.
Yes. I'm almost 15.
That's very impressive, I would say, for a boy of your age. And how long have you been out of the mountains?
Not that long. I haven't really been keeping track. I used to have a cave I marked the days on, and then I lost the cave, so I kind of forgot.
And you left because... why?
Because I wouldn't get any older if I stayed.
You were in danger?
A little, yes.
And now you lead a life of danger.
Well, I got Sig healed and Bjorn, so I don't really feel like I'm in danger most of the time. They keep bringing me back.
It can feel like that when you are riding your victories onto the next. It can definitely feel like that. And where do you want to end up, little elf?
Honestly, I would like to be able to just live in a house and not a cave, and be able to go outside without people looking at me. But I mean, I'd like to be famous, but I don't really. That's not like that's 10 years from now, and instead of 5.
Middle horizon goals.
Yeah, you have. Lami has so many goals.
You'd like to be
That'd be
famous.
reasonable.
A famous warrior. Interesting. Dream big. I think, Tulomi, you're already famous.
What?
You will
Bjorn,
be.
Bjorn, am I famous?
I think so. I mean, you did slay a Linnorm. So
Do they know I
It's
did
true.
that?
we told him, didn't we?
Just
Yes,
now.
but the whole world.
It's about the tale you tell more than the act you do.
That is beautifully put, Bjorn. Indeed, you can tell all kinds of tales.
I'm sure Actelina will tell everyone.
Oh, don't doubt that. I will.
And
Make
what
sure
is
to
it?
put something Oh, sorry.
What is it that your companions want? Out of life. I see that one over there's been staring at me rather suspiciously.
I don't. Are you
Oh,
talking
Brett.
about me or Stan?
Do you think I'm about to trick you?
For me,
Yes, you.
well, trickery is of some of the gods, so I could see why one might have it in their toolkit, but I guess we're 2 for 2 so far with at least having straightforward Jarls tasking us.
Two for two, straightforward Jarls. And what do you make of me? I appreciate skepticism.
Well, you've spoken to us more than any of the other ones. We haven't been thrown in a cell yet.
Yet. And where will you all make your way after you leave Norrøngard?
Well, I'll be following Toki here, making sure he gets to wherever he needs to get. But if you wanted an answer to your question earlier of what do we want out of life, I think a good answer for me, at least, would just be for the world to be a better place and doing anything I can to do that, you know?
I've been thinking I would go visit the homeland of the giants. I ain't never met one yet. Been born and raised around Bensa, so I think it might be nice to see where I come from.
Born of the mountains. You know, to the north, there's a cave and a set of tunnels that were left by the spear thrust of a giant.
Oh,
No, this is
fascinating.
the first I'm hearing about it.
Would
You mean-
Toki know anything about that?
It thrust with such great strength that it broke into caves?
That's right. It's called Jotunhol.
Not a Jotun. What's a Jotun?
Giant.
It's a giant, actually.
Right. You've said that before, Bjorn. I am so sorry.
Yeah, it's all right.
So you wouldn't be tempted to stay here in Norrøngard, would you?
Oh, I could certainly be tempted.
With what?
Nothing. We'll get to it. It'll come up in conversation. Inevitably, it always does. And she looks awkwardly at Stan and then like down at a plate.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Salami's just singing under his breath. Lena and the Jarl sitting in a tree. Kissin.
Wait, are you saying that?
No, like very
Okay.
like. I mean, maybe I'm whispering it. I'm being a.
Elf boy. Tell me.
Yes.
Do you much prefer your time in the daylight, or do you miss your home?
It hurt my eyes a little bit, but I don't really mind the sunlight. It's just I prefer shade. But I really want to go visit the top of the mountain that I lived on. That's been a dream of mine. It's just I didn't really want to go alone. So it's not really, I don't miss my home so much as I miss my family. But the environment doesn't bother me. That's what you're asking?
No.
What are you?
Why would someone else, not you, why would someone else seek to leave Svolterfeilheim?
Because they, like me, want to stay alive, or I mean, there are spies who come out, but you won't see those. Good ones you won't see. I'm not saying I'm a bad spy. I'm not a spy, but I think I should stop talking now.
I'm not calling you a spy. I'm asking questions. If I were to say, meet someone from your home, what is your first thought normally about why they left? Their motivation.
Well, I'm a little biased because I left and I wanted to go adventuring, so my first thought would be adventuring, but I also know that usually they're not out because they want to be, because like I said, the sun does hurt our eyes, so if we're out and about in public, it's not necessarily because we want to be. But I guess I can't assume anything about why they're out. I just know for a fact that they're being chased.
And what do you know about the Underhand? And elves of the Underhand?
Nothing. I wasn't really involved.
So just to be clear, we're all staring at Tulami right now. Question. I for sure am staring.
We heard the term underhand before in the Barrow Mounds, right? When we found those dead Svoltafar agents.
Salami, you don't have to answer these questions.
Oh, Jarl, the food here is magnificent. I don't know how,
I said I don't know anything. They want me because I stole some bread. And they have an overreaction to a lot of things.
They want you.
Well, that's why I'm here.
You're chased by the Underhand.
For stealing bread.
For stealing bread. And you left your family in Svoltelfarheim.
Well, my family died. They done killed them. And then I left.
Siegild's going to reach over and just put a hand on Tulami's back.
Is Tulami telling the truth?
No.
Roll a deception.
At least you don't have to steal bread here. This is very good.
Okay. A natural 20?
Okay.
Wait, no. Oh, I'm sorry. It says 1d20, so I was like, what? It's a 19.
There are some places where people aren't given a fair chance at life. So I would offer to you, Tulami, and your friends, if you would like a fair chance at life, perhaps some of you don't want it, don't need it from Nilmgard. But there are others who do want it, I think. It just is that I cannot spare anyone from my guard to help them presently. Which is why it is fortuitous that we have these Drengir before us, you all. For the past couple of months, there have been Svoltolfar patrols riding their bats. The usual. Far enough away that we don't necessarily bother them and they don't bother us. They just keep an eye on whatever they're looking at. And we have found that one of them dropped a note for us.
What did it say?
What do you think it says?
Probably something about bats, because that's really hard to overlook, people who ride bats.
I can't say I would ever want to ride a bat.
Me neither. We have so much in common.
The note, Tulami, was from a couple of underhand agents who were seeking to defect. What do you think about that, Tulami?
I mean, they are kind of scary. I can kind of get why they would want to, but they also have a lot of privilege, so I don't know. They must have found some trouble.
The underhand agents have privilege, you said? Compared to who?
They are the ruling force, the enforcers of the law. They kind of, not saying it's right, but they have a lot of power.
So they're spoiled.
You could say that. Some of them.
A couple of spoiled officers are...
They like to bully, yeah.
They're perhaps upset that they didn't get what they deem to be their due.
Is that what the note said?
No, I'm just...
I don't like to assume badly about people.
That's my entire job.
I'm sorry. That must be hard.
A Jarl who assumes the best in people doesn't end up getting very far, unfortunately. Because there are so many who would like nothing more than to take my seat.
Why is it your seat?
Is it an
How
important
did you get the seat?
seat that you hold here in Norrøngard as Jarl?
How did I get my seat? Well?
Do you think you would be happier if you didn't have to protect the seat?
Yes, I would be. I would be much happier. I didn't ask for this seat at all. It's rather something that just happened. So.
Toki, know anything about how this Jarl ascended to his seat?
Make a history check.
You say violence and bloodshed. I'll lose my mind.
That's a natural 20. There we go.
It comes to you all of a sudden, Toki, that a band of Svoltolfar in battle slew the former Jarl. And Renunder was a fisherman. He took the seat of the Jarl because he was the one that went out and slew the Jarl's killers.
I think Toki would look at him as he's saying that he didn't want the seat and kind of sit on that for a minute and let him continue to speak.
It's more of a moral responsibility that I hold, rather than something that I sought out personally. Wasn't out there seeking glory or anything like that. Had quite a normal life, actually. Perhaps you used to have a normal life. Not anymore. I hope that perhaps one day there's someone who can take the seat from me. And I'd happily give it up if they were worthy of it.
Jarl Ektelina. Sounds cool. Don't laugh at me, Bjorn. I know I'd be a terrible Jarl. It was a joke.
No. It's always good to have high ambitions. That's what makes you you, Lena.
Yes,
So
I
what
have
are
set
you-
some lofty goals for myself. Look over at the Jarl, just...
Toki puts his chicken bones down, and as he finishes his meal and he pushes the plate away and he looks at the Jarl. So what are you asking of us right now?
I'm naturally suspicious as a person. And I think a lot of what I do has to be rooted in suspicion. But still, I do like to be fair. And I do like to at least attempt to move forward with the people of Svoltafar so much as I can. It doesn't do us any favors here in Nilmgard, surrounded by these mountains and this vast, uncaring ocean. These seas that kill our fishermen every day. If I were to be actively attempting to wage war with the elves, it's ill-advised. So, I think for me, I'm torn between believing these elves and rendering some aid and having it turn out to be some sort of, very simple double cross. And my people having to suffer on account of my generosity. So, that leaves me with the idea, the opportunity for both me and you all, that you all go to the rendezvous point as indicated by these elves in their note and see if they actually wish to defect and bring them back to me.
And should we agree to this, what else can we expect awaits us in these woods around this rendezvous point?
What can we expect on your journey?
Yes. We are new to the area after all.
You will be traveling through Jotunheim, as I mentioned before. It will be traveling through the Svoltaflyhem mountain range. It's roughly 15 miles away, this rendezvous point, within a cave network. Not precisely ideal for any of my warriors to march into, I would say. But you all, having more experience with Linorms and the other tales you've told me, perhaps you're perfectly suited for this.
I would absolutely be willing to help out with this. After all, Tulami's been nothing but help with us and an absolute joy, so I'm willing to believe that these folk are in need of help. And I'd like to help them out if at all possible. And if not, then we'll get that sorted out, but I'd like
What
to
about
believe.
you? What about you, Talami? Sten says, having sort of watched Talami's face since they explained why they were ejected from the mountains.
I mean, as long as we don't have to kill anybody.
Didn't stop you last time.
Well, we accepted a job and then we went and killed somebody on accident. So I just want, I mean, I'm assuming that note's already opened. We're safe. So do you know the names of these people?
I do. Dithra and Turel. That's what they say their names are anyway. No, you wouldn't.
Okay. I'm optimistic. If these, I knew several people who were unhappy when I still lived with my parents, and it's not beyond the realm of possibility. It's just, I'm a little uneasy because a Jarl getting our notes should not happen. I don't care, obviously, but part of me feels like this might be a trap.
It's a strong possibility it's a trap.
Kind of finishing off his 8th plate of food, sucking the grease off his fingers. Well, you know, Tulami, I don't want to toot our own horns, but we are pretty good at what we do. And I think, even if it's a trap, I think we'll manage to get out. And, you know, at the risk of it being a trap versus the hope of it being people who want to lead a better life, I think it's worth taking.
That's exactly what I was going to say. I just didn't want to. If you're on board, I want to go. I want to see these people.
Well, I'd love to meet more people who are just like you, Tulami. You are a gift.
You know,
I mean, you have to be careful. There are some real jerks, like real bad. I only liked about 4 people there, and so, but these people seem to have changed their minds. So on the off chance, like you said, on the off chance that they are wanting to leave, I can't. Plus, I found all of you. It was hard on my own. If they could possibly have some help, but if I didn't want to just volunteer the party, you know what I mean?
Well, Tulami, you know, at the very least, I would follow you to the end of the earth. And I think it's safe to say the same for the rest of our friends, except maybe Sten. Sten might need some more convincing than the rest of us. I mean, he's a good guy.
Sailing over that sea. So Sten's gonna look over at the Jarl and say, and what do you get out of this, apart from expressing your generosity?
Well, if they bring to me what they say they are going to bring to me, which is plans of the underhands, operations, patrols, and whatever else the underhand is trying to do in order to make my people suffer, that's what I'm getting out of this.
And I've accidentally killed one of them before, so if they end up being bad, I have no problems.
Did you accidentally kill the Lenorm too?
That was on purpose, but they beat him up a lot. I didn't have to do much work to actually kill him.
Makes sense. Makes sense. Why are you so suspicious? And he looks at Sten.
Good way to stay alive.
I agree.
Look at that. You have something in common. Isn't that nice?
I wouldn't say we have something in common.
Not more in common than you and I have, that's for sure.
Well, I believe we'll set you to depart tomorrow. I can have a map made for you to indicate the rendezvous point, which will lead you through Jotunhul in the 15 miles it would take you. It is difficult terrain, meaning that you all will have quite the hike, and you'll need to get there by tomorrow night.
A house, he said. Stender says out of nowhere. We'll do it for a house for Tulami.
A house for Tulami. And where would you like this house, Tulami?
I mean, my first thought is Bensa because that's where everybody else lives. But
You've come to the Jarl of Norrøngard and you would ask for a house in someone else's.
I didn't ask for a house. I said I want one. I'm sorry, but the location here is not what I was expecting.
Right.
Sten looks deflated.
We are close to home, aren't we?
Do you live here near here, Sten? Would I be able to visit you? Am I going to be all alone on this island or by myself?
I just thought it was a chance for you to get what you wanted, he says.
Well, I do, but I don't want to be alone.
Well, Tulami, I can come. I mean, I'm sure I can leave the farm work to the rest of Lena's family. They were doing well before me, and their generosity has already gone so far, so maybe I could live with you.
And we
also
could go explore the mountain together. I know you wanted to go visit. Is your family not in the mountains? I guess I assumed.
Oh, I don't really know. You know, I was kind of left down here as a baby, and my mom and pa found me, and they took care of me. But I mean, they're both, you know, Norrøners, so I assume they're not my real parents.
Just patting Bjorn on the back for revealing.
I don't know. Now I'm kind of excited about it. Would you be could I get a house?
Maybe we should finish the task first.
And Tulami, maybe you if you have any particular place you want, or if you want to explore a little more, you could always maybe ask for some pay that could, you know, save up for a house.
Yeah. If you want to keep giving me jobs, I'd keep working for you. But yeah, I mean, honestly, that was such a long time. Like, I did not think that I was going to have to think about this and for at least a few more years. But honestly, I'm just excited to do this job, and then we'll see where we go. But thank you, Sten. I appreciate that. I give him a hug.
Yeah, maybe you need to remember what I said about the water. Yeah.
I am in favor of finding these defectors and talking to them, and maybe we'll make some lovely new friends and very valuable allies.
Agreed.
How long does it take to move through difficult terrain? Half speed?
Yeah.
Maybe for you nerds, but if it's snow and ice, I'm running.
Piggyback ride, Bjorn.
I'll carry
I'll
us all
turn into a
victory.
bird and fly.
So.
All right, well, you two have fun getting TPK.
Is it a total party kill if it's only two of us?
It is if we're the backbone of the party. No, kidding.
Yeah. Tank and healer.
Beg your sweet pardon.
We'll do it.
It felt bad coming out of my mouth. So, Tulami, do you want to accept?
Yeah.
Well, there it is. We'll do it.
You're asking where I'd want the house. If you could have one near the edge of the city, so I wasn't having to, if I could get to the mountains without walking through a bunch of people, that'd be nice. I realize how suspicious that sounded, and that's not what I was intending, but it's fine.
If you want a house in Norrøngard, that'd be fine.
Oh, you hear
Insight check.
Okay.
Now you got me worried.
It's just a little like shack.
Live in a cupboard
15.
under the stairs.
Covered under the stairs.
Ah, yes, the Harry Potter
Right.
suite.
Your mean cousin comes out and torments you.
Yeah, we'll just it's like an outhouse. Yeah. You're insight checking to see if he's lying about being willing to give Tulami a house.
That, and just to see like if he's being dodgy about it, if he means like shelter as in sure I'll throw you in jail and that'll be a roof over your head, or stuff like that.
Time to rub off people.
Big brain play.
Tulami's already interior decorating inside his mind.
Yes.
So much room for daggers.
He doesn't appear to be lying.
Okay.
I think the air he kind of gives off is that he's the Jarl and whatever he says is going to happen.
If you don't die, sure, I'll give you a house.
Keep in mind that he's also said this in front of 20, 30 other people.
That's right. I forgot there are many other people here dining with us. Or I suppose we are dining with them.
There's mutual dining going on.
Well,
Also, I don't mean to be, to pry or anything, but when's dessert coming? Sorry, I don't know if that's rude. I don't often dine with Jarls.
No, it's not. And he's going to wave a hand over, and they bring out before you some boiled cakes.
sure.
Let's go. Cakes.
Some Breath of the Wild cakes where you literally just throw all the ingredients into a pot.
Okay.
Oh, did somebody steal your sweet roll?
And Bjorn is going to straight up tear into these cakes.
I'll pick up the crumbs.
Feels like forever since I've had a proper meal.
It's definitely better than the rations that we've been eating.
Or true.
Or uneating on the boat.
Well, not Valhalla, but it's good.
You're going to hear that a lot.
Yeah, I feel like that's going to be a...
Do you
I'm
want
just
to go
saying,
back?
it was a
I
really
can help
nice
you go
place to
back.
be.
It's just motivation
I
to
can't
die
go
an
back
honorable
now.
death, really,
Maybe for you guys. I'll probably be in Helheim next time.
Oh, no, don't worry. I'm dragging you to Valhalla with me, Alia.
Rather be at
It's gonna be
Latricia's
like a
side.
chain.
I don't think I'll go to Valhalla.
Me neither.
Not with that attitude.
Bjorn,
Oh, yeah.
I don't think I'll go to Valhalla.
All right. Oh. Yeah, no. Sometimes that's just how it goes.
It is like that. Can we
it's-
please not
you
talk
know what?
about it? I
Yeah,
will not
yeah,
see you when I die.
Right.
Well,
Gonna
this
shove
dessert
some
is delicious.
It
isn't
really
Oh,
is.
like,
It's-
what happened to the
it's
So
conversation?
good. It is so delicious.
Fantastic, really.
I
I think I'll have
don't
more.
know. But Tulami,
Yes.
I know you literally just agreed to get in a house, but something I actually have been meaning to talk to you about is at some point I would love for you to visit my my home temple and see my siblings. Like I said before, they're about your age, 2 little sisters and my dad. It's very lovely little town. And I was going to say that's
Oh, that would be so much fun.
right. I think you would get along. They are such troublemakers. But
Where do you
that's a great question. Let me pull up my notes. I don't remember.
Same
live?
thing.
Somewhere on my palm one day.
I remember the description. I don't remember the name.
So,
Den's
let me
become
check
very
my documentary tattoos.
withdrawn since the discussion about the Valhalla.
I
was
woke
being
up one
had.
day and it said I live in Bensa.
I have the latitude and longitude tattooed right here on my forearm. Just let me.
In case I get lost.
I knew putting tattoos over it was a bad idea.
Ah, shoot, where'd it go? Oh man. Oh, it's not in my notes. Oh, DM, help me out. It was the it was the place with the
Things.
with the mounds, right?
I got lucky. I just say the mountains.
So it is Ireland.
Is that just the general area?
Yeah, that's the country. And you might be from the Norrøngard mountains.
Cool.
Which are
Well-
these?
This is driving me crazy. Hold on. I remember the description of it. I swear to God.
What's everyone else talking about?
Oh, not about Valhalla, that's for sure. I think I really can't wait to use this axe that Scaldi gave us. Really feels nice. They really went through a lot of work to fit it to me, really. So can't wait to give it a few test swings out on the battlefield.
You think you'll have to use it on those elves?
No, I hope not. But animals prowl the area and whatnot. Always got to be on your guard for dangers unseen.
Hmm. Well, this is going to be a long trip. We should probably start preparing.
Ooh.
I think that's a great idea. I will go outside immediately. I need fresh air.
Oh, do you need some help?
Oh, no, it's okay. I just want to breathe air and be in quiet for just a moment.
All righty then.
Well, if you all, thank you for joining me.
Oh,
Tomorrow
thank you.
morning, we'll have Ivor here. Give you the map. Enjoy
Great.
your
Thank
day,
you.
and then in the morning you can head out. Look forward to
He is
seeing you when you return.
No longer making eye contact with the Jarl. Thank you so much. It's so good. Really hot in here, very sweaty.
Is she all right?
I was
Oh,
going to
yeah.
ask the same thing.
She just needs some fresh air. Lena,
Hmm.
if you would like, you can go out and get that air. We'll deal with everything here.
Mr. Jarl, thank you so much. And he's just gonna bow as deeply as he can and leave with her.
Yes, it was an
We'll-
honor feasting with you.
Truly.
I'll see you
Sure.
when you return.
Sten rises with the others and then he pauses when he realizes something. He turns around and offers his hand to the Jarl and says, by Lear, we'll do this thing for you.
Good. You offering a hand?
I was going to seal it by clasping forearms, perhaps. But
He will.
if you-
He will stand up and grab your forearm and look you in the eyes. I'll see you when you return.
if I return. Very well.
Sit
Then
back
he
down.
leaves.
Be back before you know it. And Bjorn will move over to Toki. You need help up? I know your bones are old and also you just came back, so Don't know if you need a hand or not.
Toki is sitting as just about to stand up. His hands are placed on the table, and he looks up at Bjorn, and he pushes himself up, and he steps over the bench. He's like, "No, I'm fine." And then he picks up his staff and walks out with the rest of them.
Righty then. So long, and Bjorn will follow behind.
Just as Talami's leaving, Sten's going to put his hand in front of the door because they're just those two at the end. Perhaps he's like, Talami, lying to a Jarl. That's usually my job.
Who said I was lying?
Nobody, but maybe do a better job of it next time, he says, and he sort of smiles and heads outside with the others.
Talami's just going to look back, make sure no one's watching. Like, how? And just walk out the door.
So,
Is Lena outside?
Yeah, Lena's outside, just like pacing, just okay.
Lena, did you know I was lying?
Lying about what?
Never mind. And he's going to walk away.
That was weird. Okay.
It was only Stan. It's okay.
You also look pretty rough right now. Are you okay? Are you doing okay?
Sweating. I'm sweating. That was very nerve-wracking.
Me too, but for a lot of different reasons, honestly. This is the first time I knew this would happen. It's just the first time I physically felt it. It's so weird. So weird. I hate magic.
Anxiety?
Yes.
Oh.
Kind of. It's a long story. Is Bjorn out here?
yeah, Bjorn's following right behind. Finally manages to catch up with the rest of the group. All right. Well, that was a good meal. I feel ready to go.
Bjorn?
Oh,
Can
yeah.
I talk to you for a second?
Oh, sure.
Okay.
Bjorn's just gonna stand there, not really understanding.
Do you remember that thing I told you about when I was much younger and much more foolish, and the consequence of that thing?
Oh, yeah. I remember.
C-U-R-S-E. Shush,
Right.
Tulami. It is happening right now. I want to die. Can we please go on an adventure in the forest?
Ooh,
I'm very sweaty.
Sure. We don't got nothing else to do, really. Oh, but Toki might want to rest.
Screw that. We go now. Please.
Okay,
Okay. Can you carry him? I'll walk.
Oh, I can. If he'll let me.
It sounds like we need to get started ASAP.
I think we should wait till tomorrow.
Okay, maybe you're right. Maybe I'm acting on impulse. That was silly of me.
I need to go and buy a couple things. Do you want to go shopping with me? Would that make you feel a little better? It's not quite adventuring yet, but I need to get a couple weapons.
Yes, I would love that so much.
Wonderful.
You know, Ectelina, as a druid, I am a bit of a doctor, so to speak. If you're having some sort of issues and you might need some relief, I know a thing or two I could help you and maybe get you some medicine to assist with your issue that tends to come up.
My sister is a very good healer, but so I could just go back to Benza if I needed like a good like a treatment like long term, and then you wouldn't have to live with me freaking out. But my sister, she's pretty good at it, so I just talked to her about it, and maybe I'll write her a letter tonight while we're waiting to go on an adventure. So that I think we might have things, which I think would be like a really good idea.
Lena, you're doing that thing.
Yeah,
Breathe,
don't take it personally,
breathe.
Toki. I know that some people like to go to a doctor of their, she's a girl, she wants to go to a girl doctor.
Maybe a doctor that remembers his own past.
That too.
That was very rude, Sten.
Someone's grouchy.
I don't come around here making remarks about you being a slave, okay?
Oh,
gosh.
Okay, 2 people are grouchy,
Oh.
and I think it's time for nappy bye. So I think the 3 of us are gonna go back to the inn and get some rest, because I myself am very tired after that meal. So let's go, Sten, Toki.
I need to pick up some paint on our way back to the inn.
All right, but then immediately after we go to get rest, understood?
It would not
Fine.
make Bjorn angry. He will pound all of us into the dirt.
Oh, I'd never. And then Bjorn smiles, but his arms are crossed, and he is very insistent that they go back to the inn as soon as
It's
possible.
Nappy time.
I'll give Sten's I won't make eye contact with him, but I'll give Sten's arm and shoulder like a little squeeze very reassuringly. Just like, I didn't know you were a slave. Crap.
That getting mixed messages. Talami, it's called soap.
Soap?
Yeah,
I'm confused about the context.
just
What was
get
the
some
conversation about?
soap.
You smell, Tulami. Wash under your arms.
Oh,
We're both being
tired of
carried.
running around and smelling
we're
you.
going.
all
Okay.
right. No,
right.
now it's time
Well,
to go.
See you.
All right.
Why are you guys
which is-
insulting me? That came out of left field.
We've been
Bjorn,
carried under Bjorn's arms.
The inn we just passed, right? That
Right.
one. Okay,
Right,
great.
that
Meet you
one.
later. Bye.
Later, and Bjorn scoops them both up and walks on his way.
Theold is like pushing Tulami and like grabbing Ectelina by the arm.
I'm going. I didn't know we were moving. I'll move on my own. It's fine. So is it like Talami in one arm and Sten in the other? Because I want to have a conversation with Sten.
Oh no!
Oh
It's,
no, it's Toki and Sten in one arm,
Oh,
and we're
okay.
splitting off to go to the inn.
I was gonna
Yeah.
follow y'all. Yeah.
Oh,
I just didn't realize you started moving.
Don't hold me so close to Toki. Smells like old feet.
oh, that's naughty talk, and I won't be having none of that.
Oh, squeeze it.
He's-
Don't squeeze. I'm sorry.
Okay,
I'm
well, as
walking
long as
next
you're
to
sorry.
them. I'm walking next to Sten as he's being carried by Bjorn. Just
there
like,
goes Tulami. Okay.
oh, I didn't want to go shopping. Sorry. Gonna go talk to Sten. I
Sighill.
just wanted.
So
You got it.
Listen, I get a hint, okay? I just wanted to say thank you for getting me a house. I did not expect that outcome when we came to the Jarl today, and I am just so pumped. Don't even know how I'm feeling. I have so many emotions, so I'm sorry about the conversation earlier. Did not know how to respond to that. But yeah, thanks. And are you okay? Bjorn, you might want to loosen your grip a little bit.
Oh, I will. As soon as he starts being a bit nicer, bit of a less
I mean,
grumpy.
when is that going to happen? It's like asking Toki. You just accept it.
All
At least he
right.
doesn't. I can handle emotional pain. It's when, like, he hasn't hit anybody yet. So.
Think that you can walk on your own without consequences?
yes.
Yes.
I'll
All
make
right.
sure he stays in line.
And he's gonna set down Sten. Toki, do you think you can walk without being a grumpy pants?
Toki is half asleep in Bjorn's arm. What?
And Bjorn's going to, instead of setting him down, he's gonna shift him into like full bridal carry. He's tired.
Bjorn, he's holding his staff.
Oh
Bjorn,
no!
don't forget the paint. I want
Oh.
blue paint from the dye
No.
merchant. We need to stop on our way to the inn.
All right, okay. You've been a nice man so far, so I'm gonna go and do that for you. And Bjorn's gonna skip over the inn and go to buy some paint.
You know what makes
Bjorn,
this
wait.
even cuter is that Bjorn's your bear hood has been falling down, so it looks like it's just like a big teddy bear just cradling.
The big old soft.
All
bear.
the citizens in the town are like, "There's a bear carrying a man."
Bjorn
Where
is,
are the guard?
Bjorn is pretty large. Okay, Chulami, are you chasing after a Bjorn or?
Yeah, you didn't ask him what kind of paint he wanted.
said blue, didn't he?
Well, blue, but there's oil-based paint, there's water-based paint. You got to know what it's for.
Wait, there's not just one kind of paint.
No. Have you never painted before?
With the blood of my enemies, if you know what I mean.
That checks out.
That might have been a bit graphic. I'm sorry, I didn't need to say that.
You're talking to a 14-year-old.
No, I ain't painted much.
Well, I just don't want you to buy something and then have him go, oh, that's not what I want, and then, we have to go back.
Right. All right. Losing the accent. Right. Well. And he's gonna shake Toki gently in his arms. Does any old blue paint just work, or do you need?
I'm painting my shield. I'm going to use some magic I learned. Just get me anything.
Well, alrighty then.
Forget that exists.
So there's that problem solved. Thank you for letting me know, Dotulami. I didn't know there were so many kinds of paint.
They like to confuse you.
Oh.
Me.
They're actively campaigning to confuse you via paint.
They're actively trying to confuse Bjorn specifically. So Bjorn's going to go and purchase the paint. How much would that be? Just like a silver, gold?
It's silver if you wanted to go with bougie.
Bougie paint. Only the best paint for my dear friend.
Wow.
If you want mini paints, it's probably like 5 gold.
Yeah, I mean, if you're talking about Game Workshop quality paint, where they really mark it up, yeah.
Oh, and by the gallon, because he's got to paint a shield and not a mini?
Yeah, you're looking at... You better get back to adventuring, because you can't afford this kind of paint. Like...
we're going to have to sell the house to
Gotta wait for your tax refund.
And then after the paint is in hand, Bjorn will head on back to the inn with Tulami and Toki and To. I assume Sten went back to the inn or followed. I don't know which one.
Drifted away when you guys weren't looking.
Yeah,
he gave him the inn when you get back.
Yeah, so we'll just head back to the inn.
Yeah. All right. So are we planning to do anything else during the day? Any conversations or anything that we had otherwise planned before we spend the night there and then just wait for the morning to meet up with the Jarl's Shield Maiden who's going to give you the map?
I do need to buy some weapons while we're out.
Yeah, what are you looking for?
I would like to buy a few knives.
Okay.
Daggers, excuse me.
Yeah, smart.
Yeah, I need some ranged weapons because I gave all mine away.
Okay.
So I'm going to buy a few of those, and if possible, if there's a really nice looking fancy dagger, I would also like to buy that. So probably a total of 3 or 4 daggers. I'm going to say 4.
Okay, yeah, the 4 daggers are no issue to find. Are you looking for a magical dagger?
Are there magical daggers?
You said a very fancy special dagger, so I'm just inquiring what you're asking for.
I think it's just sentimental fancy.
That's what I was looking for, but if there's a magic one, sure.
There's no magic daggers in the streets of Norrøngard.
Okay, then no, just a fancy one.
All right, so you find the regular ass daggers for regular PHP price, and then the special price is going to be twice, and it'll have some gold inlaid in the hilt.
Right. I buy some of that. You don't have to go all out with your money for to allow me making sure we're like super close friends and everything.
Oh, was it that obvious I was getting that for Tulami?
No, I'm just incredibly smart.
That is true. Well, that's okay. That's okay. I appreciate it, but you should save your money.
Maybe for what?
Oh, I don't know.
I don't know either. This seems like a solid purchase that I would want to do.
Okay. Sure. If you want to spare 2 gold for this, then I could pay the other 2 gold for this fancy dagger.
Do you think, this might be kind of a weird question, but do you think the Jarl seems like a good man?
That's a little hard to tell from just the one conversation we had. If we were to believe him, which to me it seemed like he was generally truthful. It seems like he's at least responsible. I don't know if...
I think he seemed like a very good man.
Definitely seemed like he had the community at his heart, and that's what matters. So I would say yes.
Very good Jarl, and he's so handsome, and it makes me so nervous.
Oh, you got it bad, don't you?
You have literally no idea.
Oh.
None whatsoever. Usually I'm really good with my words, okay? Like, that's what I've been doing my whole life. And then, so sometimes when I get tongue-tied, and then the words don't come out the way that I want them to, and I start talking really fast, and my armpits get incredibly sweaty, and I'm not used to this sensation. Usually I am a very slick, suave lady. I am human lady.
I mean, to be fair, you are still very very suave even when you start to get a little tongue-tied, you know?
Thank you so much. You didn't have to say that, but it makes me feel really good.
I'm so glad. You know, I was going to suggest maybe we go and get some dinner later tonight, but if you're so tongue-tied about this Jarl, then maybe I'll just let you do that. Maybe we can just continue shopping.
It's fine. Dinner would be cool. I just want to eat in my room. I will never speak to this Jarl again. I'm depressed myself. Oh, what am I doing?
I think you're doing your best.
Right. Let's present this to Tulami for being so brave. Tonight, I'm just focused on that. Not on what witch made it so that your sweat glands act up when you get really nervous around people.
Yep, right. So yeah, this it's very pretty, and I think he'll like it very much. These 3 are for me, however. She's going to put away the other daggers that she bought. And as they're finishing walking down the street, she's gonna be like, you know, at some point I'd like to buy another I forgot the name. Crossbow, but gonna have to save up for that a little bit. But
you're a very good friend and a talented warrior, and I'm super excited that you're here with us. We're all like a happy family. And do you want to wrap this up for Tulami? Like put a little bow on it, or like in a little box?
That is such a good idea. First of all, thank you. That is so much, and that means so much to me. And the same goes to you. We are so blessed to have you with us.
Right.
Let's get some.
Yeah, let's just
bows.
go back. I
Okay.
just figured we'd find a bow.
Yeah, all right. And so we find a nice ribbon to tie around the dagger before returning to the inn to present to Tulami.
Okay. Cool. Right back at the end.
Wonderful. Where is Tulami at the end? In his room or hanging
Well, it
out?
depends on how long it took for you to get back. It was half an hour.
Yeah, I like to think it was like maybe 30 minutes.
Probably.
Sighild seems like a very efficient shopper.
I'm
I don't know what
assuming we
makes you
came
say
back
that.
to
I
the
can believe
tavern to nap, so I'm assuming I'm napping. Or just laying on my bed pretending to nap,
Okay.
because that's not going to happen.
You just hear a little.
Yes?
The seagull has a present for you.
We both do.
A
It was
present?
Seagull. It was Seagull's idea.
What for?
For being awesome and killing a Linorm. Even though some of us did all, like most of the work, but it's fine. You can just come in and take all of the glory, and it's all anybody ever remembers anyway.
And also just for being you, because we all love and appreciate you.
Right, that too.
Just so overwhelming. I got a house. I'm getting another present. What?
Just come open the door.
Oh, I opened the door.
They hold out
I didn't open the door.
the very fancy dagger with a bow around it.
Oh my goodness.
You like?
I love it. Thank you so much. I just
It was Seagull's idea. She picked it out, but I really like that you like it. It fills me with joy.
it's so pretty. I can't wait to use it, but that feels like so wrong to say. I guess it's sharp. Oh, thank you. I guess I'm going to go and is it wrapped up in like a cloth or something?
Probably just in the bow and in the
Okay.
like, what is it? The sheath.
I'm
but
going to save this for a special occasion. I don't know what that is, but I will know when it happens. Thank you.
okay.
Healing your enemies.
I know exactly what I'm going to use it for then. Thank you, Electalina. It's Christmas.
What's that? Is that some kind of
It's a sort of a thing. I don't want to explain it right now.
okay, right. But you know, I just figured since you lost your other daggers,
Oh
this
yeah, I did.
is no replacement, obviously, but I figured it's just a little something. So
I can. Yeah, it's even better. I can add the engravings to this one, and it'll be. I don't know what to say. Besides, thank you.
of course.
Little, give a little curtsy, and then go back to my room and heck off.
Oh, bye. Okay.
Tulami's gonna write in his diary.
Oh, okay, bye.
I mean,
What
Gil
does
will also
Tulami
leave.
write in his diary? Can we get
It
like
was a good day.
he's gonna write the date. I don't know what day it is, but March 16th or whatever day it is. I don't know, 13th.
Even though true to form doesn't even know the actual date.
Electalina has a
today?
huge crush on the Jarl. I don't know if that's going to be a problem with the new work relationship that we have, but I'm sure that we can make it work. I wonder who the two people are and if I should use the knife on them. But I
Best
should
diary entry
probably...
of all time.
Yeah. He does very much what's the style? Basically just freestyling. He doesn't have a plan. He just writes what he's thinking. What was the 1 minute? I can't remember the names of the Svaltifar. I didn't write them down.
Hello?
But
And the other one is named. It is Turel and Dithra. Dithra for Dithra, and Turel is Turel.
I don't want to say exactly what I'm writing, but basically he's writing about these.
It was really just a joke for me to ask, so that
Oh,
you've gone
okay,
this
I'm like,
far
wow, I
with
did
it.
not
Now-
prepare anything for
What
that.
a
I was
bit.
like, wow, I was gonna start ad-libbing it myself just as a joke. I was gonna be like, today Toki was really mean to me, and he made a joke, and everybody laughed at me, and
no,
then I
she's
started.
definitely writing about Ectalina's whole visit with the Jarl. and
Have-
how much secondhand embarrassment.
Have people been not liking how I smell this whole time? What is
For real,
going?
I forgot about that too.
The funny thing is that Bjorn probably smells 10 times worse than Tulami does.
We don't want to know what's in Toki's journal.
It's just a bunch of lewd images.
Yeah.
Today,
poor-
I think Ectelina got her period. I'm writing
Oh,
about it.
I knew I didn't like those quotations when I saw them go up. I was like, oh no.
He didn't want my help, even though I'm a trained healer.
I also have trouble believing that as a
And-
person.
That's incredible.
And with that, we're gonna go to break, and we're back. Thank you for joining us. This is Thrones and Bones, episode 2 of Adventure 3, the first season on Kobold Press. And the party has just, I guess, settled down into the inn. Did we decide that you all were already heading to bed, or did you have something else that you wanted to do before you got that long rest? What do you got, Toki?
Toki wanted to inscribe his new rune onto his shield and begin to utilize the magic that it provides.
Cool.
And
And
spend
what
some time attuning to that.
what rune is that?
That is the Wunja. I don't know what the O with
Wunja.
the strike over.
I don't know how to say it either.
It's
Ooh,
the
shield. Ooh,
whoop,
haha.
whoop, whoop, whoop. I've been trying to because in the description you have to make it in the air, and I've been trying to come up with a cool way to do it, but
Uh-huh.
I can't.
You keep working at it. You'll get there
Yeah.
eventually.
Hey,
So
if you could
I would-
change your fate, would
Would
you?
you?
All right, please carry on.
I am also I would also like to consult the bones
Ooh.
and use my spell of augury. Is that how you say it?
Consult the bones.
To see if we are in fact headed into danger and if I should be prepared.
All right. What does that look like when Toki consults the bones?
I imagine because it's a staff power. I imagine he's just going to be kind of sitting on the ground with the staff in front of him and running his hands along it and trying to just reach out to the spirits of the nature and all that stuff to see if they can offer some insight.
Okay. Sorry, I'm laughing at what Alex put in chat.
I'm sorry. I'll keep it to a minimum.
Yeah.
I hate you, Alex.
Okay.
Let me cast it actually.
All right, cool. Then I can check Foundry and look at what it says. Wow. Okay. So as you consult the bones, boom. What types of bones are these?
Well, it's not really bones because the way that I cast it is through the staff. It's a part of my Velva abilities.
I mean,
So I think it's maybe we can kind of homebrew a little bit. Maybe it could be little ghosty stuff or little.
you did slay a Lenore, so I would assume someone grabbed you bones or some bones from.
That would be cool. I do have. I think I did steal some. Actually, Thrones and Bones pieces that were made of bone.
Okay.
Whalebone.
Whalebone to find out if it's weal or woe.
You mean the ones that you took from the lady who lost her only friend in the world after we killed a buttercat?
No, I stole it from my mentally inept friend who was in Bensa, who could not
Right.
recall. He also couldn't remember anything, and we were best friends. So I just
Yeah.
stole his things.
You prey on the less fortunate.
That's
It's
it.
cool.
Yeah.
Wow.
That
Who?
tracks.
Yeah. Who wouldn't like Toki? I mean, it's just a wonder that Toki just doesn't make friends sometimes.
Well, not everybody hates the Velva. It's a Velva thing.
I don't know if it's a
The other
Velva
one was
thing.
pretty cool. The Mira, they were pretty cool.
Yeah. The Mira is pretty cool.
All right.
But anyway, so you're consulting the bones, and I don't know. Let's take a roll here. Because I like to roll on random tables to determine how much my party suffers.
Mm.
And the result that you get is weal and woe for both good and bad results.
Okay, interesting. All right. In that case, Toki will think on that a little bit and try and steel himself for the adventure to come.
Cool. I always get kind of confused about that spell, though, because I think about it like, if someone uses that and you just get wheel, and does that mean that the DM is now obligated to fudge dice rolls? Like
that's what I've always thought that spell was kind of weird, but I like the flavor of it, so I took it instead of detect thoughts.
Yeah.
But
you don't want Toki detecting anybody's thoughts.
I think it'd be far worse if people detected his.
Yeah.
There's
that. I've had that sore on my backside for weeks now.
That's enough. I'm good.
So no, I don't think anybody else has anything else that night. I think we're all in bed.
All right, cool.
Yeah, sleepy time. Betty bye.
You all drift off into a very restful, wonderful, exhaustion curing sleep. Roll perception.
I knew it was too good to be true.
Let's go +0.
That is a natural 11.
Hey, that's a 15. Not bad.
I got a dirty 20.
4. You can really hear Lena snoring just loudly post-anxiety attack in the room down the hall.
Salami's a heavy sleeper and you rolled a 7.
Gotcha.
Roll 6.
But I wish that were me.
Okay. Wonderful. All right. Seaguild. You are stirred awake by a stiff wind entering the chamber. You look around, see that the window.
Immediately grab my sword, which is always right next to my bed, and hop up, start looking around.
Okay. As you look around, who were you roomed with normally? What did we decide?
To be honest, I thought we were all sleeping
separate rooms.
Yeah, I think so.
As you look around, you see no one present. The curtains are drifting in the wind that is coming in from the cool seaside breeze. You do notice something on the wall, however.
And what, pray tell, is on the wall?
As you look closer and your eyes adjust a little bit, the moonlight sort of illuminates the wooden wall. You can see something painted on the wall with blue ink. A symbol. Roll a history check.
Toki, vandalism is wrong.
10.
10.
With that delicious +0.
Right. And you see something that I will DM to you. I will DM you the symbol itself.
Okay.
Are you doing anything else?
Let me Are you DMing it to me now so I can make a reaction based on that?
Yeah, it'll take me a minute though.
Cool.
Tradisjonen vi kjente Lenore. I wanted to do it.
That
Between
15
loud
didn't make the
snores.
check either.
At least Toki's not dead.
Us the gravy.
What are you doing, Sigil? Are you gonna go back to bed?
Well, it depends on what the symbol itself is.
I'm not sure if you would recognize this.
Oh. No, I don't think she's going to go back to bed after somebody broke into her room and painted on the wall.
Okay.
She's, I think, going to first close the window, make another round around the room to make sure nobody's like hiding under the bed.
Mm-hmm.
And then she's just going to step out of the room and go knock on Toki's door.
Okay.
You hear a startled Toki cursing and stumbling out of bed as he comes over the door and he puts his ear against it. Who is it?
It's me. Open the door.
Oh, hold on. And he's going to clothe himself and then open the door. Oh, what are you waking me up for? You know I need to sleep.
Okay, so you didn't just sneak into my room and paint on the wall. Just checking. Come here. And she's going to grab his arm and start pulling him into her room.
Oh, he'll be dragged along and follow her.
I just wanted to check since I know you had just got some paints. And you know, never know with you, but hey, somebody just broke into my room and painted this on the wall. Do you know anything about this?
Toki's rubbing the sleep out of his eyes as he looks at the symbol and tries to make an assessment.
Go ahead and make a Arcana check.
Arcana check. Okay. 18.
Thank God.
It's a real shame.
Ooh. Why is that?
I'm just kidding. So you recognize this as a symbol of legendary power. And it is called the Shalimar.
And do I know its origins, where it originates from, and who might have, been prompted to do this?
No. That much escapes you for the time being. But I will put that in ye old chat, how that's spelled, because it's quite the word.
Yeah. That is quite the word. Toki looks at the symbol and scratches his chin, and he kind of is just it's the Shalimar or something. Yeah. It's some symbol of power. It's an ancient thing. I think I can't quite remember, but that's very strange. Toki's gonna go over to it and kind of tap his fingers against the paint to see if it's still wet.
It is.
Maybe lick it.
Don't
He
give him
takes it.
ideas. Oh.
He takes it back and he rubs between his fingers. And he looks back. It's still wet. Whoever did this. Well. And would Sikil have closed the window?
Yeah.
He looks at the window and pokes his head out to see if he can see any sort of maybe tracks, anything like that.
As you peer outside, make a perception check.
Okay. I think I'm good at those. 15.
15. You don't catch anything or as tracks outside. However, you do catch a small golden earring on the shingles of the roof just outside the window.
Sighild, take a look at this. And he'll pluck the earring and turn to her and show it.
She'll take it and look it over.
A simple golden hue earring. It looks kind of like a neck plate would, except it's an earring.
Huh. Well, guess we'll keep an eye out for somebody who's missing the earring.
Toki's gonna take the earring back and bite on it and see if it's actually soft like gold.
Don't.
Tis.
Sighild, this is real gold. How many people do you know that wear real gold in a town like this?
Well, I guess we can take a look. Tomorrow at least. Do me a favor. I'm going to step outside and look around. Can you check on everybody and make sure they're okay?
Sure.
Thanks. They trust you. You'll do great. And she's going to take her sword and shield, unarmored, and head downstairs to step outside and take a look around.
There's a flood fight.
Meanwhile, Toki will go to the other rooms of everyone and just gently rap on the door and check in with them. Or maybe he'll just, I don't know, unless the doors are locked, he'll just peek inside and make sure everybody's still asleep and that there's nothing going on.
Lena's
Lonnie
just
has-
in the opposite. Oh, sorry.
Oh, it's okay.
I was gonna say she's laying the opposite direction of her bed. There's blankets on the floor. There's a pillow like leaning right up against it as you push it open.
I was literally gonna say Tulami has the blankets, one leg hanging off the bed. Yeah, basically just like
Like a chaotic
snoring,
nightmare.
But yeah.
Sten is
Well,
sleeping on the
no,
floor.
he isn't having a nightmare, but he's just laying there half off the bed.
Sten is sleeping on the floor.
Bjorn is trying his best to sleep in this normal sized bed, one leg hanging off, the other just too long to stop at the end of the bed, and his arms like off the side. He's kind of like just slumped onto the floor with his legs up in the air on the bed, and snoring very loudly.
And when I check the rooms, do either of them have symbols in their rooms either?
I don't like that devious smile you have.
I don't like the fact that you didn't say anything.
I don't like what's happening here Friday.
That wasn't a hard question.
It was one of those, look at you.
So go ahead and make a perception check there. Okay.
Okay.
Oh,
The
boy.
symbol's on Tulami's face.
22.
22.
That's correct.
Okay. So you find within Ectelina's room a symbol painted on the ceiling.
The ceiling.
That's horrifying. Thank you.
So after checking everyone's room, I'm just gonna say, since he only noticed a symbol in Ectelina's room, he would have checked hers last, and he's gonna open the door and creep inside and just look up at the ceiling. And do I recognize this symbol also and what it's called?
You do. It is the Skalden Met.
All right, Toki's gonna run back to his room and grab some charcoal and a paper and draft the symbol, the one that was in Sighild's room, and then another that was in Ectolina's room. And he's gonna gently go over and put a hand on Ectolina's shoulder and give her a little squeeze and a shake. Ectolina.
What?
Lena, wake up.
Okay, why are you in my room? It is very dark. This is very untoward.
There's something that's happened. Have
I
you?
don't know. We had a foot fight.
No, that was your dream, I think. You were
Oh.
mumbling, but Lena, open your eyes a minute.
I'm awake.
And he's gonna turn and he's gonna point at the ceiling, and it's just you. This wasn't here when you came into the room, right?
If I'm being completely honest, I have no idea. I did not look at the ceiling that much, and I was very much asleep by the time my face was like angled towards it.
And it's the same blue paint as the other room.
It is.
And is the window open in this room too?
It is.
Okay.
So cold.
Get
Slam
yourself
the window
up
shut.
and get yourself up. Let me take a look around. And he's gonna look around the exterior, around the window frame and the shingles and stuff that he'd done before.
If I am getting cursed again, I'm gonna freak out. What does it even mean?
Toki, as you look outside the window, you do not find any remnants, anything or anyone that might have been the person who had painted the symbol.
Okay. He'll close the window and lock it tight, and then sigh heavily. Something's going on here, and I don't like it.
What does that say? I do not speak it.
Toki's going to look up at the ceiling again and try and recall what the meaning of the rune is.
Go ahead and make an Arcana check.
Could I take a stab in the dark at it as
20?
well? For fun.
Sure, Ectolina, you can have fun. What'd you roll?
It's 11 points of fun.
Okay. So, Toki, you recognize the triple horn of Arvimnir.
It's the Skaldenmet. It's the triple horn of Ardenmere. It's and the symbolism's lost on me, but
You saw this, and I guess Hjalmar in Valhall painted upon the shields and weapons, warriors and bards who had feasted with you and had earned their place in Valhall.
Okay, so as he's remembering that, I'll recall that information. And he's going to scratch his chin. I think maybe someone's trying to help us. These symbols, they're not inherently bad. I don't think.
But
But
Toki, me and Sighild might not go to Valhall. Sorry. Dang it, I wouldn't know that. I need to. Never mind. Scratch that. Scratch that.
He's going to sit there and think for a minute. Would he be able to garner whether or not these are intended for good or bad based on the knowledge he has?
Their runes are not inherently good or evil. They are tools, and typically, You can find runes associated with blessings given to creatures or beings or people who have done things that the gods approve of.
Okay. And would Toki have any idea of like who in town might be aware of these runes? Maybe outside of the Velva, or other like academic types, or is there like maybe a temple in town that seems to be representative of these runes?
There are 3 temples within Nilmgard, and they are the temples of Wodigger, god of sea, wind, fish, and wealth. Lana, goddess of healing. You've been to that one. And Hoder, god of animal husbandry and craftsmanship. Whether or not they would know about the runes, their meaning, unknown to you. However, you know that these runes are specifically for battle, in the case of Aigeshalmar, and for the telling of great deeds and heroic tales, in the case of Golden Myth.
Okay. I think this is someone's strange way of trying to help us, Ectelina. Or at least recognizing us. They went about it quite strangely, though. We should go find Sighild. She's also awake.
This is very weird. Why would someone paint on a ceiling? That doesn't make any sense, and it's really hard to get up there, and it drips all over the place.
I don't claim to know, but...
Walking to Sighild's room as I'm saying this, not being quiet at all.
Yeah, I think Toki will take Eckelina downstairs where he saw Sighild go, and just look for her down there.
Yeah, Sighild went downstairs to go look around and see if she could find anybody or anything suspicious, specifically.
Okay, so as you take a look around, go ahead and make an investigation.
Love that. +0. 3.
So as you take a look around, it appears as though most people have already gone to bed. I don't see many people out on the streets. No one in the inn downstairs, except for someone that's just sitting there reading a book by candlelight, because it's good to have someone in case anybody comes in the middle of the night.
Okay, and nobody like on the streets outside?
Not that you can tell.
Okay. So she's probably coming back inside the inn by the time you guys are coming down. She'll just raise her hand, sheath her sword. Find something else?
Yes, Lena had a symbol in her room also. But more I recall about these things, I don't think this is necessarily a bad thing to happen. And the more I think about it, if somebody was to sneak into your room, they could have killed you, but instead they blessed you with a rune.
The question of the hour, I suppose, then, is who would want to help us, but help us secretly? Because they could have just come right up to us and said, hey, I like the cut of your jib. I would like to throw you a bone or something. And we would have been like, that's awesome. We're adventurers. We love bones. And we would have been accepted their help. But they didn't. They came in the dead of night like thieves and like left us paint things.
And why do they think we need help in secret?
I don't know.
That
I'm
is
not a
the
doctor.
question. And Toki's gonna hold the earring out again. And the fact that they were wearing something like this tells me that they are...
They can accessorize like a genius.
Well, they have some sort of wealth or power in this city. A common man doesn't wear gold.
I think we need to tell everyone else when they wake up, but we let them sleep for now because it's pretty late.
Yeah. I'm going to take some notes and make sure I don't forget what I've recalled here and head back to bed. But
You cute?
I think it might be safe if you guys stay in your rooms based on the runes and what I know them to mean.
But what if I wanted to like grab a blanket and go sleep in Sikil's room because my window was open and someone painted stuff right in front of me and I didn't wake up at all?
Well,
yeah, you
okay,
can.
I'll sleep by the room.
Okay. Right, but getting a little distracted, Sikil turns to Toki. Thank you for your help. Sorry for waking you, but I appreciate it. Go get some rest.
Yeah, it's better you did wake me. This is definitely very interesting to me.
It is. I've already gotten my 4 hours. I like to sleep in a bit, but I don't need as much as most people, so I think I'm just gonna stay up for the rest of the night. But go get some sleep, and Lena, you can stay in my room if you want.
It's okay. I need lots of real sleep, and I totally don't need the same thing. So I'm gonna go get real long, good human sleep.
Okay.
It never occurred to me to whether or not when Toki peeked in Lena's room, if her tail was just like sitting out on the bed, like flopping like a
I'm
cat.
pretty good at not leaving it out, just to be discovered. Unless I get knocked out in combat, then that seems like a good point to have it flop around.
So then Toki will just pat Sikil on the shoulder and give her a nod. All right, well, make sure you eat something and prepare yourself. We've got a long trip ahead of us.
Thanks, Dad. Go get some sleep.
And he'll hop back up the steps and back into his room.
She'll also head back up and not sleep, but stay in her room since she is an elf and only needs 4 hours of trance.
Yeah, Lena's just going to be staring out the window for the rest of the night, deeply bothered that someone was in here.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. And armed with the knowledge that you all are being watched and potentially helped, or whatever the intentions of this thing, creature, mystical being may be, go back to sleep and prepare for the adventure to take place next time on Thrones and Bones, as this is where we pause for this week, because there's too much to do when you actually, the next chunk is going to take a while, so
no roleplay next week.
All right, no roleplay. Done.
Only combat.
Talk unless you're doing something.
D&D is only for combat. It's not for roleplay.
It's a tactical war
nerds.
game. Anyway, thank you to everyone who had joined us this week, and let's go ahead and go through the cast. We'll do our sign-offs, and we will start at, I suppose, the proverbial top with Ben.
Hi. Bye. No, I'm Dave. I don't really have socials, but I do like to roleplay and run one-shot games on the Friday and Folks Discord channel. Please join and bother me. I'm at an isotrope on there, and I will run a game for you. No questions asked. Right, I'm going to throw the ball down to below me.
Hi, I'm Adina. My Twitter handle is @podfanatic, and I play on Thursdays on the Indigo Chameleon channel, The Witch in the Wildlight. So come see me play a Harengan. Oh, that's at 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time.
You have to pass the ball.
And take it to Will.
What up? It's your boy, Neckbone. You can find me at Twitter at Neckbone93 with a 3 as the E. You can find the link in the thing. Anyway, I play on another channel, Gambit's channel, on twitch.tv/Gambit. I play in his Monday game and occasionally his Wednesday games, where I play a cool barbarian half-orc trying to find the secrets of this beautiful homebrew. You can find me there. Don't look at my Twitter, please. And yeah, I'm going to give it off to my boy, Alex.
Hey, that's me. I'm the boy Alex. You can find me on Twitter at ActorFeet, on TikTok as well, but I have a very poor phone quality camera, so don't look at that. You can find me on Sundays here, and you can also find me back here on this channel on Tuesdays towards the end of this month when we start season 2 of Empire of the Ghouls. Super excited for that. I also have a few projects in the works that I will get back to you on once I have more information. I am going to kick it off to my good buddy, my good pal, Mirage.
That's me, wahoo. Hi, I'm Alt Mirage. You can find me almost literally anywhere at Alt Mirage. I'm also an artist. My commissions are open. I love doing D&D character designs and portraits. So hit up my art Twitter at Altmirage Art, and I'll pass it on to Kenzie.
Hi, sorry, there's a loud noise in the background. I'm Kenzie. You can find me at Kenzie the Han on Twitter and on Instagram. You can also find me here for the next couple Sundays, and then I will be joining Alex and Friday here on Tuesday, starting at the end of the month to run Empire of the Ghouls. Super excited about it. I see a lot of people have bought the module and are like following along with the adventure as like we go through it, so that is exciting. If you also want to do that or are here for a good time, swing back on by Kobold Press. Tuesdays, March 29th is when we kick off season 2 episode 1. And I'll kick it back to you, Friday.
Wow, thank you so much. And this is always a pleasure. Big shout outs to Lou Anders. If you want to check out the the actual product that this adventure is based on, you can follow the link there. You can find it on DriveThruRPG. It's both a campaign setting and a set of adventures. The first 2 adventures come with the campaign setting, so you can just try it out just by getting the campaign setting itself through DriveThruRPG. Or you can buy both that and the adventure pack, which is what we're currently running through, which is adventures levels 3 to 8. And then there's also great things in the works for like the VTTs that are done by Heroic Maps, which we will get to next time. And the soundtrack and everything like that. There's tokens. It's all really great resources for DMing and really bringing your players into the world of Thrones and Bones, which has been super fun and engaging. And I personally really love the campaign setting. So thank you, everyone, to joining us, and we will see you next week. Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.
We should consider outro music.
Yeah. We do have outro music. I just haven't hit the button yet. Like,
Oh.